What's good, Master Duel Central? Yeah, so I'm a little bit sick, I'm not gonna lie. That's why I haven't posted in the last couple of days. I know there's a lot of new stuff that we all want to talk about, we all want to see. I really want to make a video covering all the new decks, but in the meantime, while I'm sick, I decided I would make a video at least covering my most requested deck, which was Bestial Runic. No camera, because I honestly look like shit, and honestly, I think just audio is fine. It really does the job for today. Bestial Runic, now I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this deck has not really impressed me as much as I thought it would. At first it was doing really good for me and I was very pleasantly surprised, but over time as I played it more and more, I saw a lot of the deck's weaknesses. At the end of the day, having only one Runic Fountain is not very good for the deck, and having just one Runic Fountain basically means that your plays are a lot more exploitable. Once they out the fountain, you're kind of donezo. If they ash your first fountain effect, you can't really loop it again because, you know, you can't replace it with another fountain. So like your only real way of looping it would be to make a Baronne de Fleurs, pop the fountain, then summon a Jerry to grab it back, and that's a lot of resources. When you miss your first 3 draws, you're probably not going to be able to get to it. Their nerf to fountain really only hurt decks like this that are actually really cool and non-toxic, and it really didn't hurt the stun decks that just get to play a bunch of crap. Honestly, I don't think the Runic Fountain to 1 was a good hit at all. I think they should have just hit the floodgates. Like, I'm so sick of these cards, bro. They should have just hit the friggin' Fossil Dyna. And what's the other one? The border, Inspector Border. Yo, like, these cards need to go, bro. I hate this card so much. Yo, this card is so whack, dude. Honestly, the hit to 1 for Runic Fountain, it really only hurts decks like these, and it makes the deck feel a lot worse. You know, at first it was feeling really good for me, but at best, really, I would say this deck is maybe like at very best tier 3. It's not even tier 2, because going first, you're not always guaranteed to get to your Runic Fountain. The whole idea basically with the Bestial Runic deck is that you would get your Quem or your Cartesia or both on the field before you summon the Hugin. This would make it so you can chain block the Hugin with the Quem so that they can't respond with Ash. And if you have Cartesia, well, if they imperm the Hugin, you would get to go Cartesia effect to fusion summon into Grand Guignol, which would dodge the Imper, making it so you can get your Runic Fountain, which is really good on paper. In practice, though, just because you only have one fountain, a lot of the time they'll just hold their Ash and they'll just stop your first draws, which basically makes this whole line kind of pointless, and you won't really be able to extend as much as you'd like. So yeah, I haven't seen the best results with this, I'm not gonna lie to you. Basically what happened to me, right now we're in Diamond 4. With this deck, I went all the way up to Diamond 2. Then I ranked down to Diamond 4, I ranked up to Diamond 3, and ranked back down to Diamond 4. I did a lot of testing for this deck. You know, I'm sick, so I didn't have much else to do than just play this deck a little bit and test it out. We're going to check out some replays. You know, I know a lot of people really wanted to see this deck in action, but I just really wanted to give you the disclaimer. It's not that great, unfortunately, as cool as the idea is, and it does play quite well. It's just, unfortunately, like, the one fountain makes it so susceptible, and it really feels like your deck is so fragile, really. Like, your strategy really, like, depends on this card staying on the field. It's just kind of rough, I'm not gonna lie. Also, if you want to, you can replace the Branded Beast with an Etude of the Branded. So yeah, this is a pretty cool card. Definitely a really good card as well for the deck. The reason I'm running Beast is because I like being able to set up both Beast and Regained. This card won't activate Regained in the end phase, so you kind of have to just choose between them on your turn. Low-key, Etude of the Branded is probably better. I just ended up getting more results with Beast. Now, with that being said, we can check out some replays, and we'll do some live gameplay as well. Alright, so for the first replay, I'm going to show you what you do when you have Quem and a Runic spell in hand. Again, the combo is actually really solid. Like, when things work out for you, it's really good. That's why I was able to get pretty far with it before I started getting some losses. The one thing is, I would say Branded doesn't really care about this deck much, and Branded is really popular right now. So either way, we're going to go Quem here, send the Bestial Aliber, then we're going to activate Regained, discard the Bestial Lubellion, and grab ourselves a Magnamut. We can activate our Runic Freezing Curses to summon out our Hugin, and here this is really important. So basically, Hugin effect will trigger, and Guiding Quem says that if a card leaves the extra deck, which is like basically if you summon Hugin, a card has left the extra deck, you can trigger her effect to summon either your Bestial Aliber, or you could also summon your Cartesia from the grave with this. So basically, you can use your Quem to chain block Hugin to protect from Ash Blossom on Hugin, which is pretty nice. So here we go. Hugin effect, discard Serenir, chain block with the Quem to grab the Bestial Aliber. They're going to go for tier limits Havness here. Now, luckily for us, when you're playing like a Bestial Runic deck, tier limits are like one of the funniest things to face, so we don't really care about this at all. Summon out the Bestial Aliber, and we can grab our Runic Fountain. And then we're going to go for Serenir effect. We We already have Branded Regained, and we already have Lubellion in the grave, so it doesn't really matter what we send here, but we will use our Branded Regain to bring back our Serenir and just get an extra body on the field. I'll send another Lubellion, honestly, because it doesn't really matter at this point. We'll summon out Lubellion. They're going to go for Nibiru here, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, so they go Nibiru, and they give us, you know, a Primal Token, trigger the Havness. We're going to go Bestial Magnamut on the Havness. So yeah, we did play into Nibiru there. I definitely overextended. I could have set up an Omni probably before we got into like Nib range. But honestly, it's not that big a deal. We still have our Runic Fountain access, so it's really not that bad. We get a draw here, and this is a pretty damn good draw. We get to activate Fountain and just pass with a Runic Freezing Curses in hand and a search of another Bestial. Against like a Tier Limits deck, obviously, having a Bestial in hand is pretty solid. So I was not too mad about it. And here they go, Diviner of the Herald. We're going to go Branded Regained to summon from grave here, and I'm also going to activate my Freezing Curses. I figured, you know, Diviner is a really big starter for the modern, like the current tier strategy, and just by negating Diviner, we're probably going to get a lot of advantage here. They also can't really synchro it away with the Nibiru, and yeah, so feeling pretty good about this. We get our Fountain draws, which are going to help us a lot. We draw into Runic Tip, which is pretty massive. They're going to go Tier Limits Kashtira, banishing the Meta Noise from the grave, and then they can mill a couple of cards. They milled the Scream and the Rhino Heart, but the Rhino Heart had nothing to trigger in hand, so they're just going to go Battle Phase, swing over one card, and then they're going to link up into a Sprite Elf, which is really not the best here. They go for a Sprite Elf, grabbing Maxi. They're probably hoping to Diviner me next turn with the Elf, and here they're just like passing on an IP Masquerena, which is all fine and all, but you know, we're just going to go Runic Tip, grab Flashing Fire in the end phase. These cards can only trigger during the main phase, so we can just Flashing Fire the Elf during the draw phase of our own turn, and they won't be able to do anything here. So we go Runic Flashing Fire, popping the Elf, banishing a couple of cards, and at this point they just scoop it up because they pretty much ran out of plays. So, you know, pretty good replay, I would say. Overall, I would say that's like a pretty decent scenario. We did get Nib. I did play into Nibiru, and I could have probably not played into it, but I still thought that was like a decent showcase of like a pretty good scenario. And playing through Interruption, literally playing through Nibiru and still winning, which is not bad. Obviously, this is like one of our better matchups, though, against Tier Limits, so I don't know how much that means for the deck. Let's go check out another replay, though. Alright, for this next replay here, I'm going to show how one of the main qualities of this deck would be that it can play pretty well into Maxi. That is a pretty big advantage to have. Like, you know, it is a synchro deck, but we are completely fine with passing on very few summons, actually, if we get Maxied and we don't have the out. So that's a pretty good thing going for us. So we're going to go for Runic Dispelling here, and they're going to chain Maxi. We have Cartesia in hand and Magnamut. So we're going to be summoning out our Hugin here, summon Hugin, discard one of our Cartesias, and we're going to get our Runic Fountain, activate Fountain, and just normal summon Cartesia past turn. Cartesia can quick effect summon out the fusion monster Grand Guignol, and we have our own Maxi here, which is really nice. I think we're playing against Math Mech, if I do recall, so we're going to fast forward a bit here. Yep. So they're going to go Addition, Banish to grab themselves a Mathmech Circular. They're going to normal summon Aratama, get themselves a Sakitama. Sakitama effect, summon. They can make themselves a Baguska, which, I mean, under Max C is not too bad. You know, they gave me one draw into Max C, which is really good, actually, for Mathmech. So no hate there. We're going to go Freezing Curses on the Baguska, banish a couple of cards, and we can go Fountain for some draws. Lucky enough, they actually did not have the Ash. We're going to summon out our Quem, send our Bestial Aliber to the grave, make Tri-Edge Master. Tri-Edge gets a draw, and because a card left the extra deck, we get the Quem effect to summon from grave the Bestial Aliber here. So we grab ourselves a Runic Destruction. Using our level 6 Synchro and our Bestial Aliber, since it's a light and a dark, we can make a fully loaded Chaos Angel and banish the Baguska. Then I'm going to go for Bestial Serenir effect, banishing their Sakitama from the grave. Using these two, we can make ourselves a Bestial Dissipator. Then we're going to get our Serenir effect, sending the Bestial Lubellion to the grave. I'm going to go Bestial Magnamut, banishing the Cartesia. Then we can go Magnamut effect to search. We can go Dissipator effect to bring back the Cartesia from our banish pile. And I'm actually going to summon out the Lubellion here, just because I want to set up, you know, the spell. So we're going to get our Branded Regained. And I'm actually just going to pass on this. Like, I could have Synchro Summoned using the Cartesia and the Bestial Lubellion into the Lulu Walilith, but I actually figured, you know, I think I'd rather have the ability to tag out and go into the Fusion Monster, and then the Fusion Monster can get you to Lulu Walilith anyway. So I just figured it'd be a bit better to do that. So here we go. Search ourselves a Druisworm. Not too bad. Oh, also I figured if I can summon Druisworm and fusion with Druisworm, I'd get 2 outs off of my 1 effect of Cartesia. So yeah, that's kind of my logic here. But they're going to send the Sigma, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to go straight for my Grand Guignol here, just because when they summon their circular, we're going to get to tag out the Grand Guignol. So here we go, circular first effect, Grand Guignol first effect, Grand Guignol second effect. Because a monster was special summoned by its own a monster effect, we get to summon out Luluwa Lilith. Then we get the dump, so we can go for our regained, shuffle back our Grand Guignol, get a draw. We're going to go Druid Swarm on their Sigma, so we get to summon out the Bestial Druid Swarm here. Obviously, the Bestials are really good against Mathmech, so that is another thing going for this deck. Mathmech is still quite popular. Here they're going to summon out a Lingaribo. We're going to go for regained, get back our Baldrake. They're going to summon out a Diameter effect. We're actually going to negate the Diameter with Dissipator here. And yeah, I'm feeling really good here because if they want to link summon into Splash Mage, we get to just Baldrake the Splash Mage, which is like really crazy. So exactly what they do here, they go for Splash Mage. We're going to go Baldrake effect, tribute out our Druid Swarm to get rid of the Splash Mage. At this point, they go for Equation, and I'm really doubtful that they would have more extension here, but they go Small World, and thank goodness we actually had the Ash Blossom in hand. But yeah, that was a little bit scary. It felt like they might have actually had enough gas to go through everything, but thankfully they didn't. So yeah, by the way, sorry if my voice sounds like shit. Again, I am sick, but yeah, I think that was a pretty good replay, a pretty good showcase of like when this deck is working, you know, it's really doing some cool stuff. It's just very fragile, like I said. If people out your fountain and stuff like that, it gets really rough to play. Anyway, let's do some live gameplay. I guess since the Duelist Cup started and I have yet to start it, we might as well just jump in, right? Oh, this guy has the, this is such a cool mate, dude, seriously. All right, going second. That's already a pretty bad sign. I've only shown you going first replays for my deck. And honestly, going second, usually Runic, like, historically has been pretty good at going second. But I don't know, it just doesn't feel as good going second anymore with Runic. I think it's just like, decks are just doing way too much right now. But let's see here. Oh my god, they're playing a pile too. Yeah, this might be over before it even started. This deck is actually really good. If it's that, like, branded Dogmatica thing. Like, this deck is kind of crazy. Yeah, it is. Yeah, this deck is nuts. So Nadir Servants, grab the Quem. Oh, is it like, it might be Synchro Despia as well. We are going to cover this in a video when I'm no longer sick, actually. All right, going for Quem here. Quem the Virtuous. So we're playing a pretty similar strategy. Not that similar, but pretty similar. Sending the Cartesia and setting a card. Oh my god, did they brick? Holy moly, are we that lucky? And going Cartesia effect here. Honestly, oh my goodness. Oh, okay. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. That's funny. Let's jump back in, I guess. All right. Win to level up. Let's see if we get it here. Okay. Got the coin flip. Love to see it. Love to see it. I'll be going first in that case. Hopefully I don't sound too awful, guys. Like, I know my voice gets really bassy when I'm sick. So low-key, maybe I actually sound better than usual in a way. Hopefully that's what it is. We'll see, though. I'll know once I start editing. King Kirby. I like the name. I like the name. Okay, what do we have here? This is a pretty nutty hand. I'm actually going to try to bait out an Ash here. That would be pretty cool if we could bait it out. No Ash? Okay. Didn't even proc an Ash. Maybe it's a, maybe they have Imperm though, which would be awful. Actually wouldn't be that bad. Our hand is so good that we could actually Tribute Summon if they Imperm, which would be kind of nice. Let's see. Let's see. So the one, yeah, I'll definitely want to stick to both of these. Yeah, I think I would go Smiting Storm. Yeah, Smiting Storm, and we'll discard the Destruction with the Hugin here. All right, so summon out the Hugin. Let's see if they have it. Sometimes people will just scoop to Hugin if they don't have the out. That would be like ideal today. I'll discard Destruction. Oh my goodness. We're actually getting our Fountain. That's crazy. I knew I would just get lucky on the video, bro. That way I just sound crazy when I say that this deck is not that good. Because if everything goes through, it becomes really insane, obviously. Here we can go Slumber, targeting the Hugin. Banish a couple of cards here. Oh my god, it's Labyrinth. Oh, we're going to crush. Holy moly. We're actually going to crush. Yeah, this is huge. This is pretty massive. All right, shuffle back 3. 3 draws. Give me something good. That's not ideal. Honestly, man, I kind of want to droplet them. I think I would Tribute Summon Serenir. Special Magnet. Yeah. Okay, let's Tribute Summon Serenir. I know this looks goofy, but we're going to Tribute Summon Serenir. We're going to use our normal summon here. And we can set up both cards with this. We're going to go Bestial Lubellion, special, using the Serenir. Serenir will be sent to the graveyard. Very good. Okay, I'm feeling good about this. Then we get our Serenir effect in the grave. We can send to the grave the Wait, actually, we don't want to send Regain because we have Branded Beast in hand. So, yeah, this doesn't even matter. We're just going to send another Bestial Lubellion, I guess. Because we can just set the Beast and we can use Lubellion to set up our Regained. We're going to get a free draw here. This is pretty crazy. I kind of want to give them the draw just to, like, banish more of their cards. Right now, we have banished a Lady Labyrinth and one of their Ku Kloks. Man, I kind of want to give them that draw. Okay, we'll wait a bit. We'll get our next draw first. Let's go for this. We're actually going to banish... Serenir won't really matter this game anymore, but honestly neither will Hugin. Actually, we can banish Hugin and we can shuffle it back with the Regain, which is pretty nice. So we're going to do that. So banish Hugin, summon Magnamut, and we can go like a Regained effect. I actually want to chain block the Regained effect. I care more about the draw one here than Magnamut effect. Shuffle it back, get a draw. Oh my god, Flashing Fire is nice here. Love to see it. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. It's probably a bit greedy. I think we probably just wait. This is pretty good. I'm going to use these two. We're going to make ourselves a Hieratic Seal, because as soon as they summon anything, we can bring back Magnamut, and then Branded Beast will be live. And Hieratic Seal is just a good card. So, yeah, let's just pass on Hieratic Seal here. I'm pretty happy with this, actually. Magnamut, I'm going to grab... yeah, you know what? I'll grab a tuner for later. I'll grab a tuner for the grind game. I guess I could have grabbed a Lubellion, because Lubellion could have grabbed a tuner instead if I needed it. Yeah, that was probably the play, actually, to just grab a Lubellion. All right, they have 6 cards here. Set 1. Okay. 3. 4. Oh my god, they have everything. This is pretty scary. Oh my goodness. Wow, they had everything. End of the main phase. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'll go for it. We're gonna go Hieratic Seal. Yeah. Tribute the Hieratic Seal here. We can get rid of 2 cards and... Wait, what? Oh, is it only face-up cards? Oh, shit. Okay. I didn't realize that. I'll just bounce my Regain. I didn't read, guys. I'm sorry. I did not read. Let's just summon out any Bestial. Really doesn't matter. I guess we'll go for the Druisworm, because that would be a good summon off of Regain. We're just protecting our Regain from destruction next turn here. It's actually a smart play. It just looks stupid. Gonna go Branded Beast. Just get rid of one of these. That was the first one. Yeah, I'll just assume this guy like didn't set the best one first. Doesn't even matter. Okay, Daruma Cannon's a good card, but I don't know how much that matters. Yeah, next up here, I'm gonna wait until the end phase. Yeah, in end phase, we're gonna go for all this stuff. So I'm actually gonna give them the draw off of Droplet here. So we're gonna go Runic Flashing Fire to special summon. We're gonna summon out a Hugin to protect a card from destruction if next turn like they try to pop with the Lovely Labyrinth. We're not gonna use this yet. Then I'm gonna go Slumber on my Hugin. Honestly, here like the Runic cards are almost like the best part about what we're doing. And I'm also gonna go Runic Droplet. I'm gonna give them the draw. I'm gonna give them the draw and banish a couple of cards. Alright, so get a draw, banish a couple here. Banish a couple more. Okay. Okay, we got rid of the Lovely, which is pretty huge. That's pretty huge. If we gave them an Ash in hand, I guess we suck. No Ash. Okay, very good. Please give me a Destruction. Okay, no Destruction, unfortunate. Maxi's pretty huge, though. Next turn. Interesting. Draw Quem. Not bad at all. So they're going to go Barrier here. You should say Synchro if you're smart. Oh, I guess you suck. Okay, fair enough. I guess you're just bad then. Yeah, sure. I'll maxi that. I'll maxi that. No problem. If you want to chain your trap, which means you won't get to chain it to Lovely, that's super cool with me too. Yeah, exactly. Yo, we're actually kind of cooking this guy. This is pretty good. We're doing good here. All right, summoning out the Lady. We get a draw. Super good draw, by the way. Insane draw right there. Oh, Eradicator Epidemic Virus is pretty huge. Does it pop the ones on field? Oh, damn. Bouncing our Regained accidentally earlier is going to cost us a lot. Oh, it does pop everything. Oh, and they negated Hugin. Okay, never mind. This guy's not as bad as I thought. Because they negated Hugin. It's a good thing we still have Jerry to get back our Fountain. We still have Jerry. But this is not going to be as easy as I first anticipated, I suppose. Okay. Let's go Quem here. Yeah, Aliber being in hand ends up being pretty bad for me here, actually. I would have rather sent it to grave with the Quem. You know, you live and you learn, I guess. We'll just send a Cartesia instead. Yeah, because the Aliber's in hand, we can't special Cartesia here. Could go for the draw with Tri-Edge. Yeah, it's not looking the best, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I kind of screwed myself. Alright, go Tri-Edge here. Bestial Lubellion's a pretty goated draw right now. Definitely one of the draws we needed to see here. Let's go for it. Let's go for it for sure. The fact that they outed Regained and Fountain is so huge though. Big issue. Okay, going Big Welcome right now. Big Welcome. They have one of their ladies in grave, one of their ladies is banished, and their Lovely is banished. So it seems like they're playing lady control at this point. Alright, summoning Ariana. Bounce the Ariana. Okay. Giving me that draw off of Maxi and then popping it. Wow. Okay, that's pretty disgusting, I'm not gonna lie. Holy moly, that's super gross actually. Let's get our Baldrake out. Well, in our hand. This is pretty huge though. This Baldrake we can banish now that they use their Big Welcome. Honestly, they should have summoned Lady, because now we get rid of Lady. So they're out of ladies to play with. Completely out of ladies. You know, I'll just pop the back row. I'll just go for it. Alright, it was Big Welcome. Like, yeah, we get our battle phase skipped here. We get back our Cartesia. Oh, wait, but we get our Branded Beast to get back our spell. I completely forgot about that. Oh my god, yo, we're cooking here. This is really good, actually. We're actually, like, we've got really good card advantage right now. We banished so many of their good cards. Obviously, their empty field is kind of scary because they are playing Kashtira cards. So that's annoying. But getting Regained back at the end phase there is pretty huge for us. That's going to make it so we can actually Branded Beast when we need to. Yeah, this is looking pretty massive. Also, Big Welcome. If they don't have a third lady in deck, they can't even use the graveyard effect of Big Welcome to bounce our own shit. So this is looking like we're probably going to win it. Yeah, we did it. Okay. You know, I'll take the W. I think that's good. We got some good live gameplay. I made the deck look really good, which kind of sucks because I was kind of telling you that it's not that great. You can take my word for it, I guess. And we'll just go do the card by card as we love to do. And hey, you know, a couple gems. Can't say no to that. Anyway. Let's go do the card by card. All right, so it's time for the card by card portion. Thank you to everyone who did stick around, even though my voice probably sounds pretty awful and we're not using the camera or anything. Please make sure to like the video and leave a comment. It would help me tremendously, especially in a time like this where I can't upload as much. Just let YouTube know that you are like messing with the content, you know what I mean? So we have 3 copies of Maxi, 3 copies of Ash, 3 Cartesia. Cartesia is a card you want to summon before Hugin so that you can actually chain her effect and protect your Hugin from Imperm if they Imperm the Hugin. Quem, on the other hand, you want to chain block your Hugin with so that they can't Ash the Hugin. So when you can get both of these cards on the field, it's pretty huge. The way that you get both on the field is you'll go Quem. Quem will send the Bestial Aliber to the grave, which is treated as Fallen of Albaz while on the field or graveyard. And then you get to actually special out the Blazing Cartesia because a Fallen of Albaz is in your grave. So that way you can actually get both of these, and then your Hugin is actually really safe from Ash or Imperm, which is pretty huge. Then for the Bestials here, we have Magnamut, obviously, 2 Saronir. Saronir is here to either dump the Branded Regained or the Lubellion, depending on how good your hand is. Then we have the 1 copy of Druisworm, obviously, 1 copy of Baldrake, and triple Lubellion. Lubellion can also search the Bestial Aliber, which gives you access to a searchable tuner if you ever need one, so that's really cool as well. We have 1 copy of Runic Fountain. Obviously, I would love to have 2 of this. I really wish we had another copy of Runic Fountain. Honestly, at 1, it just makes the deck so much worse. Like, I keep telling you guys, this deck looks a lot better than it actually is because it's so fragile. I made it look really good today, and I kind of wish I got like an L just to like show you just, you know, like how fragile it can be. But yeah, just like, if you want to play this deck because you already have the Runic cards and the Bestial cards, like, please go for it. It's super fun, you know? Don't sleep on it. It's definitely not bad, but it's very fragile. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, we have the Regained, 2 copies of Called By, the full Runic package, you know, the typical one, 2 copies of Runic Tip, triple Flashing Fire, double Runic Destruction, double Freezing Curses, double Slumber. Slumber is obviously like just the best one. If you've already got a couple Runic spells in grave, you know, you can just slumber your own Hugin and get your 3 draws or 2 draws, and it's just like, it's the best. You wish you had 3 of this. 1 copy of Smiting Storm, 1 copy of Golden Droplet, 1 copy of Dispelling, and the Branded Beast. Like I said earlier, you guys can replace the Branded Beast with the Etude of the Branded if you want. If you do this, just know you won't be able to set up both it and the Regained in the same turn unless you drew either of them. So that's why I went for the Beast. but I do really like Etude, and that second effect is kind of crazy. While you control a bestial monster, you can banish any of your opponent's monsters that are used for like their extra deck summons as material. So that makes it really hard for your opponent to get like graveyard resources. This is actually good against a lot of decks, especially Dragon Link and stuff. So like I tried this card, it's really good. I just ended up preferring Branded Beast. I recommend maybe like trying with either one or both of them and just sticking to the one that you prefer because they're both great. Anyway, for the extra, we have 2 copies of Hugin, 1 copy of Jerry. If you want to run 2 Jerry, that is really good because having that level 4 plus a Bestial gets you a quick Chaos Angel, which can be very clutch. I don't really have the space for a second one. I want to keep the Bagooska because sometimes you'll be in scenarios where you have 2 tuners on the field and nothing to make with them. So when you have 2 tuners, well, at least you know you can make a Bagooska, and that's kind of nice. For the Synchros, oh wait, well, we also have the Conguignol, super important for your Cartesia, obviously. Then we have Coral Dragon and Tri-Edge Master. These are the Synchro level 6s that you make off of a Hugin and one of your level 4 tuners. So you have one that's a tuner and one that's a non-tuner. You'll use the Coral Dragon with like a Jerry if you don't have access to another level 4 tuner, so you can still get into your level 10 Synchros, and you'll use the Tri-Edge Master to get a draw and also like one of your tuners to be able to go into a level 10 Synchro. So they're both super necessary, although Tri-Edge Master you can replace with Stardust Charge Warrior if you don't want to waste the dust, you know. Stardust Charge Warrior is a level 6, kind of like a Naturia Runic, you know. This card totally does the job. It gets you a draw. It's a level 6 Synchro. It's a non-tuner. So, you know, if you don't have the Tri-Edge, don't worry. You don't have to craft it. It's just quite good because you can also banish it to, you know, summon a Bestial and stuff like that. So it has other applications, but don't be too worried about this one. Not a must play. Chaos Ruler is definitely crazy in this deck. I think it goes without saying. 1 copy of Baron de Fleur, 1 copy of Shengying. Shengying is super easy to trigger in this deck. Shengying is not that safe right now because, like, a lot of cards, like, will get rid of cards without destroying. So Shengying doesn't feel that amazing right now, but, you know, if you have a lot of control on the board, he's just really scary to deal with. 1 copy of Dispater. Dispater, as you saw earlier, can just extend your combos like crazy, and it's also a really good negate or a really good pop depending on what you have, like who has banished cards. So yeah, definitely can't sleep on Dispater. This card is super solid. Chaos Angel is a no-brainer, especially if you play Etude. If you play Etude, this card lets you Synchro Summon on your opponent's turn. And actually, even if you don't have a tuner, you can still summon the Chaos Angel with like its required materials. Like you can still treat a lighter dark monster as a tuner even if they're not a tuner. So it's really easy to summon a Chaos Angel on your opponent's turn with Etude, which is really, really strong. I really like that. Like you can use like a Lubellion and your Hugin, for example, and just get your Chaos on the field like during your opponent's turn, get a banish. So it makes it a really good interruption. So that's just a good example of Etude being really good. Next up here, we have Despian Luluwa Lilith. I hate this name. It sucks. This name sucks. I hate this name. It's really hard to say. I hate it. But the artwork is fire, and this card is awesome. You can Synchro Summon this using a level 4 and your Lubellion if you want to, but most of the time you'll be summoning Luluwa Lilith off of the effect of Grand Guignol, and it's just a pretty good negate card. It's a really solid card overall. It also like floats into your Quem after it gets sent to the grave, or it can also float into Cartesia if you need the Cartesia. It's just a good card. It's a really good card. It gives you a nice Omni Negate type of effect, as well as an attack boost on your opponent's turn, and its effect is pretty easy to proc. I wouldn't say it's the best card ever or anything like that, but definitely a must play in this deck with the Grand Guignol engine and all that stuff. Hieratic Seal is kind of a no-brainer. If you get 2 dragons on the field and you already have like set up your Branded Regained and your Branded Beast or your Etude or whatever, it's just great to go into Hieratic Seal, get that extra interruption on top of those. So definitely a no-brainer. And Donner, I haven't used this card much, but it pretty much just exists to clear your extra monster zone so that you can summon a Hugin or a Jerry when you need to. Not super sure about this one. It doesn't get summoned very often, but it is. I do feel like it's kind of a must play in this deck, even though it's very situational. It's just like sometimes you'll like be hitting yourself if you don't have it. But either way, that's about it for this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please, again, leave a like, leave a comment, support the content in that way. It really helps. Or if you want to support even more, you know, you could become a baby tier member. It costs like $3 Canadian a month. It's pretty cheap if you want to support, you know. Anyway, really appreciate you guys. I really do. And I'll be seeing you in the next video. Now I'm going to go take some more Buckleys. All right. Peace.